Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. A friend of mine picked up this International 280 Series A International Backhoe, and this is kind of an uncommon machine. These were the last of the new designs of the International Backhoes and the largest. And not a whole lot of these out there. This is only the second one I've seen in person, and seen a few online, but not much information out there about them. So do a little walk around and we'll take it for a drive and check it out. So these use the International D358 diesel engine. It's one of the Neuss engines, or German-built international diesel engines. And it's a 6-cylinder, non-turbo. And the transmission used in these is a Clark 18,000 series. And the rear end, instead of using a transaxle like most of the international backhoes, this is a separate axle from the transmission, and it is built by Rockwell, and we might be able to see it, but it actually has disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes. It's a pretty big advancement. Not only that, but the drive shaft in between the transmission and the axle give it that modular design that fits in with the rest of the Payline features. That you can take the transmission out, or the engine out, or the rear end out without having to take another component, such as all three out at the same time. We do have the counterweight on the front. I believe it's different than anything I've ever seen on any other IH equipment, so it must be specific to this one. I believe it's a 1.5 yard bucket on the front. And even though we got knobby tires on the front, these were not available in 4-wheel drive. They were all 2-wheel drive with your standard hydrostatic power steering. This tank is your hydraulic reservoir, and you've got your hydraulic filter right here. You got it covered because we just finished washing. Someone's put a little bit of different exhaust on this thing, but it's alright, works pretty good, sounds great. It's in great shape for being a 1980 or 81. We haven't determined the exact year yet, but one of the nicer ones I've ever even seen pictures of. These were available with pads for pavement, for asphalt and concrete, or if you took these off, there was a different one you could buy that was designed to go into the dirt and it bit into the dirt for better stability. Another unique feature to these machines is these bigger ones like the 3600A and the 280A, they have swing cylinders instead of swing motors like all the smaller ones have. The swing motors were supposed to be smoother and softer, but these are far heavier duty. Work quite well. The swing motors tended to be hard to find parts for and a little bit difficult to work on from what I understand. And it looks like we might have some sort of auxiliary hydraulics on this thing. That's interesting. I didn't know that was an option. You can kind of get a glance at that Rockwell rear end. All your valves for running the hoe. All the lighting, a lot of these lenses look like they're carryovers from the 86 series ag tractors. Got a kind of a narrow bucket on this one, but I believe it is an original. You got two different settings on here. You can have the pin go through here or here, and it either gives you more digging torque or more movement, depending on which one you have it set in. This cab is also unique to the 280A. It's my opinion, but if they had continued making backhoes, I think this was going to be kind of the beginning of the new design that they were going to use. It's a battery compartment here on the fender, and this huge door right above the fuel tank. There's easy access to the cab, nice grab handle. And this beautiful lubrication chart, service guide, great condition, right inside the door. So this thing has a power shift transmission. It's a Clark 18,000 series. So you've got your shifting pattern here. Safety lock. It's only 3-speed forward, 2-speed reverse. Uses a lot of the same instrument clusters as some of the trucks and tractors did of its time. And unlike the smaller backhoes, this one has a control similar to like the John Deere does, with the big lever in the floor instead of on the dash like mine in the smaller models. Tachometer, hobs, turn signals, wipers, starter key. It's dig return. I'm going to have to look into that, but I believe you can have that on and it'll return to whatever position you set it in. Ether injection, parking brake, throttle. There's you've also got your foot throttle. Turn around here. Got your baby wipes, dig controls, outrigger controls down below. This pedal over here, I believe, is also part of that return to dig system. Vents, because this does have a heater in it. Air conditioner was an option. This big back door that opens up. And the seat has a lever, so you can slide it forward or backwards and rotate it on around to dig.